Shalom, all praises, glory, and honors be unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakah, Dash, governors, the apostles, and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. Now we are the Great Millstone Jamaica camp, Hebrew Israelites, and we're here another weekend to prophesy, unto the nations, including Israel, of their future destiny, right? So, it's the same routine. So if you find us being boring to you, well, we suggest you change the channel, because there's a whole lot of other shit out there where you can be entertained by. You understand? What we come to do is bring forth the knowledge, of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, and his prophecies that he's going to bring forth upon the society as the days go by, which we've been seeing prophecies playing out little by little. Sometimes some things happen. Even us as servants of the Lord, even us have to say, shit, this really happened. Not that we doubt it, but the Lord say, yo, you're going to do it. As a matter of fact, you're going to Habakkuk and work in your days. See? Sometimes certain things happen. Even us, we have to, hold out in spirit. I say, yo, the Lord decided this thing that going to happen. Well, it's the same thing now. You have it? So it's all about prophecies, man. We teach about prophecies, nothing else.
Right? So Habakkuk 1 verse 5. Behold, he among the Eden, and regard and wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told you.
Right, so that's speaking about the Gentiles coming back, to the fold, but not only about the Gentiles. It's also speaking about these prophecies, saying even though the Lord speak about these things, even though I'm saying, see that? See that? See that's prophecy again. See, and it's the same way I'm up on my bed this morning and I meditate in the spirit that the whole fact that you have men will come up, I say them are Hebrew Israelites, and them are going to shoot gun and this and that. And I was thinking about it too also. I said, look, nothing's wrong with having a rifle. Nothing's wrong if you want to come up and fight against Esau, Edom, carnally with the sword. But where the problem is, is when you're going to twist it with the gospel. You understand? Because in truth and in fact, that part of the prophecy where the race war is going to come, it has to be. That have to be a part of prophecy. But when you're going to twist the spiritual side of this battle with the physical side, Esau is a carnal, yeah? We attack Esau spiritually by this word. When you say you're an Hebrew Israelite, you take up the rifle and you go train for shoot and whatever, or you're part of the NFAC, whatever, and then, because you have that nigga, Grandmaster J, saying calling upon Yahweh, and they are Israelites, and no, you need to stay in your lot. Your lot is to fight the so-called white man carnally. You understand? There's a reply. What scripture? What scripture?
This is Hosea.
And it will end certainly another way.
Exactly.
Expect.
Exactly.
So Hosea 6 and verse 5. Therefore have I do them by the prophets.
Yeah, the Lord said cut you by the prophets, man. Because even though we come out there and we speak it and it cut you to your soul, see none of us actually take up sword to come at you physically. I come at the enemy, the so-called white man, physically. But we see where like ISUPK come where brothers from Great Millstone been teaching for years. And this is UPK black now. This is you. Because them come with badness for sure, a different power. We sure say them not tapping at the spirit of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. Because even the Apostle Paul speak about building on another man's foundation, man. You understand? So you can see that their belly is their God, or Johanna is their God, and not Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. Because if it was Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, then you would have done the deeds of the Lord, man, or what the Lord require of you to do. Yeah? Go on.
I have slain them by the words of my mouth.
And the Lord says, He's slain you by the words of His mouth. And right now, the person that is being slain mostly is these elites. The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, the Warburgs, the Gettys, the Clintons, the Bushes, all these people, yeah? They are being slain right now with the word of the Lord's mouth, because the Lord, Yahweh had put His Spirit upon some men, basically looked upon as nobody in society, to come forth and to prophesy and to teach of what's to come, which basically is an uprising spiritually against their kingdom. And coming against their kingdom, that makes you a what? A threat. Because they know the prophecy of Jacob is the beginning of the kingdom that followeth after them. They know of that. They know that the blessing was given unto who? To Jacob. And they're gonna do which they have been doing over the years, spending millions of dollars to hide the knowledge, this knowledge from our people. Like we are the Israelites. I saw the brother Kazak and got the next brother name from GMS up on Precepts. They were a lesson on the Black Jesus. This was this Edomite. I think he was an agent. And basically what he was saying that it was this was information. They said if he speak about it, they would kill him. And him say what happened was this black man, so-called black man in Africa, that they shot him in his head, and when they shot him in his head, the bullet come back out, and when the bullet come back out, the wound come to regenerate, and he get up back, and them start to move around and think. And him say them couldn't defeat him by the way of the source. So them said to him, say, look, and I think this was in the 60s. Him said this was in the 60s, right? Him say, look, him say, we need to bring it to the United Nations, so make you can speak, to the UN.
Spread the word when come to bring.
Spread the word when come to bring. And them deceive him and carry him in this plane, and them dissect him, cut him up, and then bring different limbs all over and burn him. And when them burn him, him resurrect back and come in someone of them office, and he said to them, say, look, like me I say, what you're trying to do, it won't work. You say you're trying to get rid of me now, but there will be many more after me in the last days that you cannot stop. And here is it happening right before your eyes, man. This that is happening right here now is the Spirit of the Lord, man, flow through the earth. Yeah, believe it or not, the Spirit of the Lord is in the earth. Even Eden are prophesying of their downfall right now. See? Why? Because the Lord is working in all and through all, man. See?
And thy judgments are as light that goeth forth.
And thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth. See? When we speak, we're speaking of the judgments of the Most High, man. We tell you, look, this is going to happen because people refuse to do that. This is going to happen to Jacob. There's going to be a remnant, There's going to be sedition among men, the time of Jacob's trouble. Unlike what Satan teach, that before any destruction, they're going to be beamed up. They're going to be caught up in a rapture before any problem. You can imagine, you as a man will learn the gospel the right way, come in front of a Christian, a nigger, we show that you is a worse of a nigger than him, to actually say that the scriptures where Ian Boyne was reading say, and Daniel 12, yeah? There is such a time as never since there was a nation. Oh, you try to butcher that scripture, man. See? But time will tell who was teaching the 100% gospel, man. And we know so that is the next problem. You don't like, these different camps don't like to hear when you say, oh, great millstone of 100% true. See, that's another problem. You have a scripture?
There's 2 Corinthians 10 and verse 4 says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh.
Yes, sir.
Pulling
So
down
you're gonna have
strongholds.
men. You're gonna have men with spiritual power, man. You're gonna have men blessed with the gift of spiritual power. And trust me, you remember when the man named Mr. Manhattan in Blue Man, Watchmen. Mr. Manhattan I gonna look like nothing. Yeah? Mr. Manhattan I gonna look like nothing. Yeah? Dr. Manhattan, yeah, Dr. Manhattan I gonna look like nothing. To the power, the level. But remember our Lord, how I shall say, oh, greater works than these. Yeah? You're gonna be doing. Yeah? Yeah, go ahead.
It's casting down imagination and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh.
And it's because we are here not to fight a physical battle, man. The Lord Yahweh shall say, He is the one that will help us, man. He never say how we're supposed to get up and start a sedition amongst the enemy. When you go to Romans 13, it tells you that they appeared the sword in bed. We're not supposed to out here and say Black Lives Matter, man. Which we know that BLM is funded by the enemy. Eh?
I just had something when you're done.
That's right.
May I say, basically, you know, the scripture says things that were written aforetime was written for our learning, and the Lord Yahweh Shai, one of the greatest example, we can't stress that no more. You know, in a film time, he never war carnally. He said he could have called on 1,000 angels to fight, but this is not his kingdom, this is not our kingdom.
See, if this was my kingdom, then my servants would fight.
Can.
See, but the problem with Jake is that them lack a spirit of discernment. Yeah.
Can.
See,
And bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of a Mashiach.
I'm bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of the Yahweh Shai Mashiach, because it's all about the will and the power of Yahweh Shai. At no point in time the year will come out here and say, oh, hey, this brother Makola great, or this brother Asher great, or the brother Yashamai great. See, at no point in time we never try to put ourselves on a pedestal. Man. It is all about Yahweh Shai and bringing into subjection the obedience, every thought to Yahweh Shai. You understand? When you exalt Yahweh Shai, man, exalt Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai, then in return the Lord will what? Exalt you, man. You know? In that day the Lord will exalt you. Scripture?
St. John 14 and verse 12 says, Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the work that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do.
Yeah, and greater works we're gonna do. Yahweh shall say, with faith as a mustard seed, they're gonna say to a mountain, move! And the Lord don't say it for say it's sake, like because he want you to have faith. When them misses shake the placement, because remember, even the land of Israel is gonna be burned. It's a whole lot of place gonna lick flat. So mountains have to be put back. So you're gonna have men with spiritual power and go tell mountain to come up here and to move and yeah. See, that's where it is going, man. And you can't say, oh, that's impossible. But remember what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? It was actually the Lord split the atom. But people live there. People in that area, people go there back. Because after a nuclear fallout, life form don't really go back there. Because it's so poisonous, see, and there's no oxygen there. We just have to research where we're going on. You have a thing called nuclear winter, see, we kill everything. So, obviously the Lord do something to make certain that people can go there so back. You get what I say? So in the kingdom, men are going to actually command mountains, man. They have a whole different level of power, man. A whole different level of spiritual power. And be unbelievable beyond Esau, Edom capabilities, man. Go ahead, huh?
Because I go unto my Father.
Because the Lord go unto him Father, man. And he is the mediator for us. He is the one that basically sit and plead with the Father for us, man. To buy us some time to return back to him, to the Father. Yeah? Yeah, go ahead, huh?
Isaiah 40 and verse 29 says, Give it power to the faint and to them that have no might, he increaseth strength. So, even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles.
If you each of the scripture read me just hear the Christian them a say, they shall run, but not be weary. But them just sing it, brother. Them not pre the level of spiritual power where the Lord are going to put on his servants. You understand? Them not that not there within up here so not at all. You understand? Because them just read, brother. If them to read.
They don't even believe simpler things than that.
Can. You know what I say? If I tell you earthly things that you don't believe, or maybe tell you heavenly things.
Done. It says,
Them don't even believe that the Lord actually had a father. You know? Which is natural.
it says, they shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint.
Right. You know what the manga say? Him divine because he not have a father but him have a mother. So that make Mary a goddess. So what the fuck's so special about Mary? See? If using that to say the Lord divine, which the Lord is divine, well, he would be more divine if he come without a mother or a father. Come as Melchizedek then. Yeah? You know? Anyway, that's another topic. Go ahead, huh?
Jeremiah 51 verse 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the farmer of all things.
And the portion is the elect, the remnant that we prophesy to, man. See, every week in, week out, days we do the lesson. Scripture says the portion of Jacob is not like them. You know? Go ahead.
He is the farmer of all things.
Now, how about Shemaiah is the farmer of all things? Man? Go ahead.
And Israel is the rod of his inheritance.
And Israel is the rod of the Lord's inheritance. Man. Go ahead.
The Lord of hosts is his name. Thou art my battle axe and weapon of war.
Right. So Israel is the Lord's battle axe and weapon of war, man. See, the reason why it not seem that we know is because we are under these curses, man. But you mark my word, man. Very, very soon, these curses gonna be lifted up off Israel, man. Yeah? And then when shit start break loose, man, see, the men of the Lord are gonna emit Yahweh Basham Yahushai in this dark time to come, man. People are gonna actually see the men of the Lord and actually know in them spirits that, yo, this man is to be feared. Why? Not because of he himself as if him do something that of him good, but they will actually see the light of Yahweh Basham Yahushai emit off the men of the Lord, man. Go ahead, huh?
For with thee will I break in pieces nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his riders. And with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his riders.
And Jake, see, back in the days, enough time Israel feel like them all do this thing off of them own, by themselves. But it's all about Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. See, the Lord said he is the one that saveth us. Who are those that we should be afraid of men? Just paraphrasing, man. Exactly, because a worm is a helpless thing. You know, if you do farming and you dig the soil and you flick it over, you see the worm. You know, even ants, when the ants them catch him, then kill him. You know, him not have nothing to defend himself than to try go into the earth as quick as possible. You know, that's how a worm defend himself. You know, try to stay in the earth. See? That's the reason why the Lord call us what? Worms, because we can't defend ourselves. See? And the Lord are going to make it be shown that by the sword you cannot defend yourself, man. See?
It's Leviticus 26 and verse 7. And he shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword. And 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight, and your enemies shall fall before you by the sword.
That can only happen when we are in good steady and good footing we don't know. See, every time we do something without consulting the Lord, we're always in a problem from back in ancient time. Man. When we're in good stead with our power, we're always okay, man. We're always okay. Well, in near future, man, in near prophecy, this is going to happen. Don't believe that Edom is just going to run in and just massacre all Israel, you know, and then they're just going to live happily ever after.
Hey,
The script?
Esau right now, Esau, he's not sure if when he make a move on the middle of the Lord, he's not sure what will eventually happen with him. But the Lord, what's going to happen? You know what I mean? I remember movie 300 when the immortals, basically, come up,
and so we're going to test them
and
today.
they're going to test them today.
Yeah.
And they realize that them blade.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing with the men of the Lord, man. Esau is going to test it, man. And when he put a couple of brothers to death first, he must say yes. No, them not going to talk. I was just mouth talk.
Yeah, kind.
You know what I mean? And then the Lord
Sure,
will
sir.
show them, say, it's not that. So he may get caught in the action, man.
Kind.
You know what I mean?
But you know, but listen good, because we already say, oh, some of us are going to be martyrs for your worship.
You don't ever get caught in the action because we'll try affirm to himself, say, oh, nothing, a fairy tale attack.
Kind.
You know, and you're gonna get certain brothers, and certain brothers will get put to death. But afterward, the Lord will lift the standard up, man.
Kind.
And then there's no turning back from thence. You know, yeah, that's your ass, man. That's your ass. Yeah, go on, brother.
Wisdom of Solomon 2 verse 17. Let us see if his words be true.
Right, so that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna say, alright, I'm gonna say if the man are gonna really have the spiritual power. What am I talking about? We're gonna test it. We say if I throw something.
Test the water.
Yeah, and test the waters, you know? You just wait till him make the first move and do him first action and realize I'm successful with it. Yes, he must have more confidence going into the tribulation, man. Yeah, brother?
And let us prove what shall happen in the end of him.
Right.
For if the just man be the son of God,
Right.
he will help him.
Okay, so I say, alright. The spiritual power where the money and talk about from countless amount of videos. We are gonna find out if there is such a thing. You know what I mean? If there's a God that basically are gonna make them do some things that defy science and all them other things we research and do over the years. You know, we're gonna see if the things when we talk about humanly possible. Yeah? Go on, brother.
For if the just man be the son of God,
Right.
he will help him
Right.
and deliver him from the hand of his enemy.
Right?
Let us examine him
Right.
with despitefulness and torture.
Right. So, the scriptures still another place say, yo, you should have what? Tribulation. 10 days. You know what I mean? So, your brother's going to be tortured, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the Lord is only doing this to basically lead on Esau. Complete his wickedness, man. Yeah? Go on, brother?
That we may know his weakness and prove his patience.
Right.
Let us condemn him with shameful death,
Right.
for by his own sin he shall be respected.
Right.
Such things did they imagine and were deceived for their own wickedness.
Right, the Lord deceive you, man. You know what I mean? The Lord deceive you, man. You know what I mean? So, in your heart, you're going to believe you'll accomplish what you're doing fully. But you're going to be disappointed in the middle. You know? So, the Lord allow you to throw the first blows, man. Allow you to throw the first blow and just, you know, take the first lick them and then shake them off, man. And that's your ass. When the Lord starts to strike back. You know what I mean? My brother?
Isaiah 41 and 13, he says, For I, the Lord, thy power, will hold thy right hand,
Right.
saying unto thee, fear Fear not, don't worry, Jacob,
Right.
and ye men of Israel.
Right.
I will help thee, saith the Lord, thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel.
Right.
He says, behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument.
Yep. Having teeth.
Having teeth,
Right.
thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small,
Right.
and shall make the hills a shaft.
Right. So all the nobles, all the nobles in the society, man, is going to be beaten down, man. Here we go. Hey, look. When the Lord do this, no prominent figure in the society will escape. Because at the end of the day, they are the ones that is coming up with these plans, man. These sinister plans. So they are the ones that directly going to be pulled out of their hiding places, man. You know what I mean? They're going to be beaten down, as the scripture says. We're going to be a new sharp threshing instrument. You know, so we don't have to have a gun. You know, we don't have to have a gun to do what we're going to do, man. Certain brothers, by the way, when the Lord give the power out, man. You don't have to have a gun. You know what I mean? There are many ways to skin a cat. Let me say. Yeah? So, hey. Sit back and relax. Enjoy the show, man. Yeah? And let's make the best move. Lord, give you the first movement. You're gonna jump start. So do your best with the jump start, man. You know, you can run so fast and everything there. So you make a jump start. Go and run. You know, so you can trot. You can stride and pass it. That's what the Lord did to you. You know, giving you a jump start. You know what I mean? And then run past your ass, man. That's what's going to happen, yeah? Come on, brother.
Or it's Isaiah 59 and verse 19 say, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun.
Go on.
When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him.
Right, he's going to make the first move, man. He's going to make the first move. And the Lord is saying, oh, wrong move. You get led into a trap, man. That's what's going to happen. You get led into a trap. Yeah? The Lord will lift up a standard against him, man. The Lord will come just in time in defense of his elect, man. Yeah? Just on time, man. Yeah?
Psalms 124 verse 1. It says, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side,
Right.
now may Israel say, if it had not been
Right.
the Lord who was on our side,
Right.
when men rose up against us,
Right.
and then they had swallowed us up quickly.
Yeah. Esau is quick. In order to get rid of us, man, that's snappy, man. You know what I mean? Look at our camp like this. Esau have them drones. You know what I mean? Right now, you have Israel basically giving the what them name war fight now and the lower caucasus there. What them name again? Abash.
And Kazakhstan.
What name? Abash. Azerbaijan or something like that. You know what I mean? Israel basically giving them suicide drones, man. You know, drones are basically as carrying explosive, man, destroying tanks and all of that. You know? So this man have weaponry to the likes. Here, all a camp like this, if it was a carnal battle, you could just fly a drone here, killing everybody, man. You know what I mean? As quick as that, we would be wiped out in space of an hour worldwide. You know what I mean? With this man, might, military might, man. Verse brothers, a lot of brothers, maybe some brothers you see in the military, there's some certain brothers may have some military training, but the vast majority of brothers don't have the military training, man. We don't even know about, a lot of we never even hold a gun before. You know what I mean? So a quick wipeout. Maybe Esau could send one Navy SEAL, you know what I mean, and them take us all out. With even a knife. You know what I mean? But hey, the Lord is gonna come through, man. We're not depending on some physical skills that they learn on this earth, man. You see, hey, nothing wrong with going out and learning martial arts and all of that. But hey, at the end of the day, that will even help you, man. See, because you have brothers who never do the martial arts, see, with the Lord